SMS and vaccinate yourself or advise vaccination to our patients. Telangana Academy of Pediatrics State Branch has formulated this program called F3, vitamin F3, coined by our secretary with the president's permission, Friday Financial Fitness webinars. We are going to have 8 of them, and we are having a wonderful faculty chosen with the help of Dr. Satish Vadapalli from Visakhapatnam. You just heard the opening session by Dr. Kolundu Tirumalai from Tamil Nadu. I am just a lead coordinator who has learned from my own mistakes. As Sir has said, I've got no qualification in finances, except that I've been looking after the finances of my family and also created a little bit of wealth, a small fortune for myself, and learned a lot of things from my friends. We have got 2 wonderful non-medical faculty, Dr. Balwant Jain. He is a chartered accountant. He is also a company secretary, and he is a famous talk show expert, Dr. Balwant Jain. He has already put some material in our group. He is dealing with taxation for doctors. We have got Ms. Jinal Mehta. She is going to talk us more elaborate what Kolundu sir has said on budgeting and retirement plans for seniors like us. A bird's eye view of this F3 is today we are having 2 talks. I am on the second now, safe, rational, prudent financial investments. How do we plan? We have already heard personal finances, bird's eye view from Dr. Kolundu. Next Friday, we will have stock investing. Again, both of us are going to talk. Nectar Can Technique is a new talk with Dr. Kolundu sir. For the first time, is going to talk in PATS in this particular course. Bounty of shares, how practically we have to start working, investing on shares. I will try to deal with all the knowledge I have acquired over a period of time. Magic of mutual fund, the qualified and certified mutual fund advisor, Dr. Satish, will talk on this. Budgeting and retirement, Ms. Mehta, and Axe the Tax, Balwant Jain sir, and last but not the least, debt, bonds, gold, etc. for 45 minutes on the 6th Friday, real estate on 7th Friday. On 8th, we are going to have a grand panel discussions with the participants, and we will now do at that time the final worksheets for our balancing the fund or finally putting up our portfolio for what we have learned over a period of 2 months. That will be our closing day. So today's program, I have taken certain liberties from gathering the information from various sources. One of them is Dr. Kolundu sir's book, and other is my daughter's chief financial partner in Los Angeles, California. Some of the talks which he is giving to us family members every Saturday, I have picked a few points there and some from my own personal experience and life events. The information which we are going to give is only for educational and awareness purposes. We are not going to give you any particular advice, and don't please follow the advice which we discuss here. Consult your financial advisor or consult your, do your own due diligence and invest the money, your hard-earned money into that. I can tell you that we have no conflict of interest. We have not received any finances from any sources from financial companies, and we have not definitely working or promoting any particular company. So the purpose we have already told you, just to disperse the knowledge and provide you with the tools over a period of time. Doctors are busy people and poor financial planners. So this talk will lead you to how to plan with basic principles rather than specificities. And you need not have a financial background for this. Just active participation and questions and discussions will help us. For example, when I was young, in my early adulthood, when I started practicing, my net worth was almost non-existent, or almost you can say what my parents have given except for the degree which we have earned. But over a period of 40 decades or 45 years, through dedication, persistent, and trying to live below my means, that is prudent living, judicious living. Some savings were made and a small fortune is amassed, which all of us can do over a period of time safely, securely. So the most important point which already dealt with is you should know what is the time horizon for each investment which you invest you want to have. Is it for 3 years? Is it for 5 years? Or is it for 10 years? Then you must try to see what is the specific instrument or the asset class or the group category in which you want to invest, which we are going to discuss. Sir has already told us various other options of investments. And then whenever you have a, say, 5 years goal as a horizon for investment, and you have invested, say, in a mutual fund, you must add inflation for the present value to the future value. There is a small formula which is like future value is equal to present value into 1 plus r to the power of n. The r is the rate of inflation currently going on, and n is the number of years, and you will get the future value of today's 100 rupees. Otherwise, as sir has shown, the 100 rupees will become 97 at the end of the tenure of your investment. And then you should always have a priority. Is it your need or is it your want? Something like, is it essential or is it just an enjoyable income which you want to, or a disposable income which you want to create in your investments? This is a particular slide which shows the research results of a company which tracked the people's expenses which they maintain in their daily life. They found that almost 77% of the population does not maintain any expenses record. And this is very important when you want to plan a financial journey of your life in an early life or in the early professional life. So a word of advice is, have presently a lot of soft tools are available in the net. You have a app called Walnut. You have an app called M-Tracker. You have an app called Wisely and Quickly. And you can always fill in your expenses which are fixed, which are variable every month, and then come to certain conclusion how much is the expenses which is occurring every month, so that you can try and work out your budgeting and financial planning. As sir has already said, there should be a contingency fund, or there should be a emergency fund or the liquid fund available to you in your savings account, or at least in a liquid investment which is readily accessible. And this should be found out in this particular survey that 60% of the population under this survey cohort found that they have a survival liquid fund of only 3 months, maximum 3 months. So your liquid fund should be at least 6 months. And if you are rich enough, you should have a liquid fund to make you survive in this times of pandemic, when your professional income is almost negligible, that you should be able to tide over at least 6 months to 1 year. So income protection from wealth and enhancement becomes very crucial apart from wealth creation. So the Troika, remember the safety nets and must have to begin with: an emergency fund or the contingency fund, keep it aside. Life insurance, sir has clearly said what are the protection of the wealth. Here I will like to inform you, being the founder secretary of family benefit scheme in the Indian Academy of Pediatrics, please join. There is no insurance comparable, there is no investment comparable available to the doctors, especially our own society and associations family benefit scheme of Indian Academy of Pediatrics. And if you are an IMA member, there are 3-4 schemes available there. Please join all of them. They are very cheap workout. They don't have, you can't say they are premiums at all. They are for 20 to 25 years you have to do. And IAP is giving something like 8.5 lakhs after the demise of the member to the nominee and the family members. IMA with somewhere between 12 lakhs to 25 lakhs they are giving to the family member after the demise. So these are the absolute must. As a professionals, you must have the facility, enjoy it and enroll into this membership. And you can always call us up, and I will guide you further how to join into the Family Benefit Society of Indian Academy of Pediatrics. I am a member, and many of the participants today which I am seeing here are the members of these schemes. There is a very good paragraph which I have read in Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. There was an incident where Alice is wandering and walking around in her adventure. So there is a Cheshire cat which is asking, and standing there, Alice asks, "Would you tell me, please, which way I ought to go from here?" Is something like the same dilemma or question we ask ourselves in our financial planning. So the cat replies, "That depends good deal on where you want to go." So the Alice says, "I don't much care, like most of us." I just now said 77% of us don't maintain an expense account or a budgeting of our finances. Then the cat says, "That doesn't matter whichever way you want to go. So all the roads lead to some destination and some goals. Some go there quickly, some walk late, and some go safely." So financial planning helps you to build your roadmaps towards your destination. The first step is you should define your SMART goals. Somebody in the last one of my talks said, "We are too late, we have missed the bus." But I have given here in this chart the different age groups and the situations and the goals which you can have in the right side of the pyramid, the percentage of the investment which you can do. Something like this, which is just a overall idea, but in 20s and 30s you can be very aggressive because your savings are more, your expenses are less. In 30s and 50s almost you are same, but the growth and the income funds should be more, and you can have only the cash in your hand, 5 to 10% of your excess savings. In the 50s and mid 60s, your pre-retirement age, so your aggression in the growth funds or in the risky funds becomes less. You try to do more in the bonds, more in the fixed deposits. So typically a high income years with fewer financial responsibilities you are entering, and you are not really willing to take a lot of risk. In the 60s, the situation is you should enjoy your retirement. You are very close to retiring and protect your net worth. So you should only invest on 10 to 20% growth funds rather than in the aggressive short-term investments. Now, here, my whole talk and the 8 weeks of our course, Kolundu sir in the last few slides are clearly mentioned. We are going to focus on these 4 assets or these 4 investment categories. In the market-linked financial areas, which are very well regulated in India now, are the fixed income group, which can include post office, which can include your bank, or you can include company deposits. Then mutual funds and equity, which we are going to deal very much. And many youngsters are not doing it. We ourselves have missed the bus, though in 80s we have purchased our first shares, especially due to the family gifts from the most oldest shares. I think every one of us are having is Reliance shares when the Vimal Fabrics was the most popular the names in the share market, and all of us were given the bonus shares. So we started working from the Reliance shares onwards and then improved on it. And the non-financial market, which is not very well regulated, but slowly and steadily we are going into that phase of regulation and proper protection to the investor, is real estate market and the bullion like gold and silver, sir has alluded already. So the history, you look back, all investors want a quickest and easiest part to the prosperity. But let me tell you, the wealth creation which lasts and builds up is not in the fast lane. It is not Ferrari. It has to be a goods train. It has to be an ocean liner with a cargo ship. Only then you can build up a load and load of wealth in your lifetime. Though it's a slow and steady portfolio growth, that is what your focus should be over a long-term period. So what we have to do, sir has said, especially in some few financial terms like diversifying, rebalancing or recalibrating your investment, or harvesting losses. Suppose you have gone into losses in some category of your investment, you have to harvest or balance it after assessing the risk and seize the distant opportunities of that particular investment category. So Taking the risk is very important, and it all depends upon what type of risk you want to take. The risk appetite differs from person to person. Families, I would rather think in terms of an individual wealth creator than rather than as a family wealth, because ultimately it is your spouse, your children, and your parents and your grandchildren will become a big estate. So family requires a sound investment and risk management, estate planning, tax strategies, because the success rests on to create and stick to this spending plan, which I have told you earlier. Expenses are monitoring of the expenses are very important. People who have done flourishing business, they build and sustain this wealth with the strategic spending philosophy rather than first create wealth. So spending has to be curtailed. Spending is too high, then you're definitely your asset allocation, your income becomes irrelevant. So in the financial industry, there is a rule: asset allocation as opposed to individual security selection drives 90% of our returns. So hence, individual security selection is not very important, whereas the family wealth kitty or the corpus is very important. So spending decision trumps, but most of the time, being human nature, we want to buy new things. We want to buy the best model. We want to change our mobile phone from whatever model we are having to go for a new model, irrespective of it's a good decision or not. So for sustainable wealth, we must first understand our spending. Even the government of India in every year annually presents a budget in the parliament. And this is 1 rupee, which you see the two pie charts, what comes money in that 1 rupee paisas from different borrowings and the incomes, and what the government spend this 1 rupee in the another pie chart. The colors are different, but they have to match. For example, taxes, duties, income tax, corporate tax are the huge charts and colored in the left, and what they do in the spending has to balance. If they don't balance, you will have problem and you will never become rich. There are certain other ideas which you have to take into consideration when you are planning your finances and investments over a period of time. For example, financial independence, as a sir has said, as a last point, but retirement savings, saving plans, investment planning has to be thought of in the beginning itself, and you should have control over these finances. So in abroad, especially, people make trust and estate to protect their finances. This is what we call as wealth protection. So they will have a success plan of their business, especially if there is an hospital we have made. If I make some income tax arrears or loans I am not able to, this, your wealth has to be protected from the creditors, from the loan givers, by turning your wealth into an estate on a trust separate from your own liabilities. Then social engagement, your own this thing, charities which you may like to do, family, healthcare, career, self-improvement, lifestyle, as sir said, travel, leisure, vacation, all of these are the points which you have to consider in your micro planning of the finances. Most of us are self-employed, I'm sure, in our association, in an academy, apart from the monthly salary earners, because you have to increase your savings from today 20%. I think our rates are less than 20% of our earnings we are saving, to little higher. If they are not reaching 20%, you have to start increasing your savings and build a more bigger emergency cash cushion. Watching the money grow, as sir said, even in your sleep, money should earn its money rather than lying idle. Suppose you make a killer investment and you get a good return somewhere. If it does not work, or it is not saved consistently, and you start blowing it up by going to a number of vacations unnecessarily, saying that I have got a burnt out and every 2 months I want to go on vacation and go to Las Vegas and start playing in a casino, gambling or races. If you live beyond your means, then it will get blown up in no time. Your wealth is going to get eroded. And you must always think of your adult children. Like here, we definitely take care of their wealth or their finances right up to their, possible age. We are able to support them. So you should try to make them independent income tax return filers. You must try to make their retirement plans and budget it out properly. Take advantage of all the opportunities. The second income, what sir was telling, is very important. So we should have multiple source of income, just not our profession. So the best financial decision is when you start earning your first consultation fees, put aside 20% of it saving. If you are an employed person, your first job from your first paycheck, put little bit into the equities, little bit into the mutual funds, little bit into, if you can afford to build up a real estate fund to invest into the trust. I will tell you later on when we deal about the real estate investment. Sir has already alluded, real estate investment trust or infrastructure investment trust, where you can buy 1 square feet of commercial area. In this trust, you need not buy a flat, villa or a complex. So they do give good returns over a period of time. So when there is a market downturn or there is a down market, don't panic and sell all your wealth which you have created over a period of time, especially the equities. When the markets fall, you're supposed to buy them. That is what is your wise investment. So every investment comes with a risk of change in its inherent value. So you have to monitor. That is what sir has also told us. The principle of getting always invested into the equities and in the real estate is so very important, not to liquidate so often. But if your living expenses are not being met with your day-to-day earnings, probably that is the time to liquidate your equity portfolio for the well-being of your children and future generation. So holding time of the shares, especially we have seen in the historically all over the world, including our country, India, both in Sensex and into the Nifty invested funds, should be anywhere between 20 to 30 years. You can always outlast any market downturn. We have seen this. I will show you the graphs about it. But yes, people are nowadays are only thinking horizon long term as 10 years rather than 20 years. And most of the best days, if you see, when there is a worst crash in the market, it is that 2 weeks before or 2 weeks after the market crash is the best time to invest or buy things. And you must buy and hold the type of policy you must follow. So time to time, you can sell and buy when there is going to be a change in the portfolios you want to do. A planned expenditure that are more than real estate income, reserves to cover, that is where you have to liquidate your funds. And when you want to cover 1 year expenses and you don't have the income coming in, like nowadays, we are not having our income every day in our practice. And when we have to buy a certain important need of ours, like a car or a home loan you have to pay, or a home improvement or repairs of the home you have to do. So that is the time you have to start probably sell in the market. A person, if you keep it in mind to make an investment and easy to understand, always invest in the instrument which is easy to understand, which is simple, not complicated. And when you take an investment advice from anyone, just consider the source of, like sir has said, somebody has told him to buy, one of her patient was having 20 HDFC mutual funds shares or units in her portfolio. So please consider what is the source or the reason behind the advice, what you get it. These are some of the points which the family should note whenever you have just let me adjust the screen. I'm just not able to see the whole slides. Yeah, these are some of the points which we must consider and keep it in mind to increase our net worth, increase our wealth. Probably some of them are already been discussed. And this is the investment pyramid. If you see, you must have a budget, you must know how much you are saving. You must allot wisely, and your behavior matters. If you are a finicky investor, or if you are a calm and quiet with a long-term approach investor, and if you are panicking the moment you see the market is down, or there is something like a great crash of the real estate, great crash in the share market, you don't try to sell off your long held investments. And you must always be tax efficient. We are having a full one session of on taxation by Dr. Balwant Jain. You will see lot of things which we do are by wrong planning of our taxation. So the investment selection comes after doing all these things. So it's not just an amorphous goal of creating wealth every day. We don't know, we go to our clinic, we accumulate certain wealth. We don't articulate our specific goals. To achieve these, we need money, but how much money is needed? What is our goals? What are our end result of our investment? We have to have an idea. And nowadays, at least my age group people are really interested in grandchildren's education and their well-being also. And then we want to settle them also, buy a home for our children. And if you have immediate need for any major investment, this is also a part of the goal which we have to take. So failing to plan is planning to fail. Straight away, we can all say, quantify your goals. It may not be possible to achieve all your goals, but better to know early your goals and prioritize them, and which in turn will dictate what type of investments you will hold on and what type of investment we will go for. So check your progress, monitor them, like our car check, like our health check, like our any other checks. We rarely do our financial checkups. So kindly get our financial checkups with a qualified person, and then you will have definitely a better monitoring and the achievement of our goals. Dr. Sunil Srinivasan, we have seen him that last time when he has brought in some speaker, chartered accountant. Financial checkups are very, very important. That will correct the course of your wealth which you are having. Budgeting for all of us, though we have sent so much, is boring, but you cannot bypass it to have a good financial goal. Keep these things, I already told you, risks are going to be there. These are roadblocks. These are bumpers in your smooth journey of finances: market risk, inflation risk, event risk, interest rate risk. Suppose interest are falling, naturally your fixed incomes will not produce more profits for you. And your longevity risk, this is very important. Our lifespan is increasing. Our earning capacity is decreasing. Our corpus for the retirement is not getting sufficient for our equal standard of living. So risk of outliving your savings are also is a risk which we have to consider. So retirement profile should have at least couple of things in your mind: increasing wealth, preserving wealth, partial drawing whenever you need, and total drawing of the money when you need it. Suppose there is a important event which happens. So invest you must. This is from founder of the Vander. He is the biggest investment company in USA. He says you must invest, but time is your friend. You must start early. The magic of compounding interest, what sir has already told us. Impulse is your enemy. Never go emotional investments or emotional reaction to your investment. Do your basic arithmetic. The net return is simply your expenses minus out of your gross income. Keep your investment cost low. You have, when you're engaging an financial advisor or your broker, see that the investment cost on each investment, or buying a share or buying a mutual fund investment, the cost of investment should not be more. And please look into it. I will deal with it later on. So simple investment is a very important. If you have a understanding of the investment, stick to those investment. Never try to go to a difficult investment. Stay the course always. The key to successful investment is not predicting the future, but learning from the past and understanding the present. Cash is not always the king, as we are seeing today. Cash invested properly is very important. It should earn money, should earn money. avoid emotional biases, stick to your plan which you have already made, at least stick for 10 to 20 years. Volatility is normal in any market. Do not derail your plans. Staying invested matters. Diversification always works. And this is the chart which I like the most, and I have mentioned here because after all, your wealth creation is some goal to yourself. When do you feel happy? When do you feel relaxed? Aging is not a decline to into misery. Relationship and age and life satisfaction have got a U-shaped curve. Say if you get midlife crisis as 50, but you are very happy at 20 years when you start your investment or when your professional life, at 65 you start finding happiness in your life. People say it has been learned. Why? Because the stress are less, the worries are less, the anger decline, you know how to cope, you accept your fate, your acceptance of the situation increases. So the curve grows up in the most satisfied investors or the population in the age group who are seniors, rather than getting frustrated and go into the depression. So this curve is very important. It's not a standard bell curve of happiness. It's a U curve of happiness. This is the Sear's figure, which he has just now in the last slide he has mentioned, and I have copied it. And this is a very good roadmap for the planning, which you can do, and you can share it, and we will share it in our book and in our materials later on. This is another pyramid which tells us the various other aspects. The simple reason is the more risk you take when you go up in the pyramid, the returns are good, but the risk is also more. When you go down the pyramid, your returns are steady and low, but your risk is also low. That is what it says. So coming back to the initial slide, fixed income, equity, mutual funds is the trend of the day. You must try and do it as early as possible. Non-financial investments, which is not a very well regulated market. Bullion, please think of paper gold, think of ETF gold and also silver. Real estate, think of the RIET or IVIET. So in 2021, these are the 10 investment avenues which are recommended by Economic Times of India writer. Like direct equity, mutual fund at the top of the scale, NPS, PPF, bank deposit, right up to 5 lakhs are protected from deposits. Please look into this aspect. If the banks fail, you can only claim 5 lakhs from your deposit, not more than that. There are certain schemes which the government of India has floated called senior citizen savings schemes up to 15 lakhs, and you can claim up to 50,000 income tax write-offs. There is a retirement cum pension scheme called Prime Minister scheme, which pays you 7.4% up to 15 lakhs investments can be done. Real estate, gold, and RBI taxable bonds. These are the way to go in 2021, whichever may be the age group, especially for the seniors. This is the history of the share market in our country from 1979 to 2020. You see the value of 124 is the share value in 1979. It has grown to 40,000 and now I think it is 50,000. So steadily it has grown over a period of time. If you see, compare the fixed deposit, gold and the Sensex, this is what the market edge the shares gave. Sir has already said, this is the only investment which has outbeaten any asset class in giving you the steady and the good returns over a period of time, not for the short period, over a period of time. So last 40 years, the Sensex from 100 points has come to 50,000 points in January 2021. So it has crossed and multiplied so many times. So shares is a really a way to go forward. Those who are not doing it, let us start investing in shares, and next probably Friday class, we will try to do and teach and learn all of us how to invest in the shares and get, more benefits from our wealth creation. This is the gold prices over a period of 86 years. In 1925, the gold price was 18 rupees. And today we are having something like 50,000 per 10 grams. Similarly, an ounce of gold risen over a period of time, 1,500% over a period of couple of decades. If you take into consideration the various curves here, FD, gold, and shares, this is the graph we have seen from 1995 to 2012. So trajectory definitely is rising. There may be little ups and downs. So long-term investment holding is very important. Stay the course. Real estate, two important developments which has happened in 2017 or 2015 in our investment areas called real estate investment trust, called REITs, and infrastructure investment trust. Lands are no more made. Whatever land is there, it is there. You can't create more lands and spaces. In fact, it's going to get divided. The more is in the commercial real estate through this investment trust, the more is there in the industries, in the leasing sector, in the warehouses, rather than in the residential area. These trusts don't allow you to invest in the residential area. That is your own pure decision. These are the two big companies, CBRE, Richard and Ellis, who has given the report of the real estate just now. About a month back, they have released the report, the future outcome. They have mentioned there in the office space outlook and the industrial outlook, the retail sector, the residential sector, and the alternative sectors like cold storage and data centers. Investments over there you can also do and look into it if you have got an experience. So what does the future hold in the various sectors? They have got given a big tick for that. Hyderabad, at least in the residential commercial market, is way above most of the cities. It is almost followed Chennai and Mumbai rather than any other cities. If I see on the left side, the residential sector, it has got a very good outcome also and scoring compared to Chennai, Pune, Delhi, Bangalore. So there is a scope, and there is definitely a outlook which is showing definitely the investment of the capital being so much into this market, so you can benefit from the investment. These are the fixed deposit interest over a period of time. It is the declining era now. Fixed deposit, sir has said already not to do it if you are not having a good alternative knowledge or source, but fixed deposit for seniors is one of the source, though it gets eroded by inflation, it gets eroded by income tax, and it's get eroded by various other aspects and the cost of living, but still this is the way to go forward. So the SEBI is one of the important organization, will protect your investors' interest all over. And please go through these particular do's and don'ts which are given in the SEBI website, how to choose your financial advisor, how to invest in the securities, what you must do and what you must not do. These are few of the things I have done it. It is a little crowded slide, but these are very important things which you have to look up. It is available any website. These are the websites you can note down. They are for the safe, sure, rational, and for long-term investments. Look into these websites. These are the organizational websites which we have seen, like SEBI is the government website, Bombay Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange, National Security Deposit, Central Security Deposit, and Metropolitan Stock Exchange websites are very good resources for all of us. Spend some time in studying these websites. In the gold aspect, we have got World Gold Council, which has got India as its sector. Then I just now said about the Richard Ellis and the Jonas and Lang, and also Independent Finance Advisor now is another good website wherein you will get a source on various investment advisors or financial experts there. You can select so many of them. Just explore this website and you will really love it and help you in your planning. This is the daily 1 minute to 2 minutes clips which I see. So you must have your needs, which are wants, and then you go for investments. You should have a two-source income, and you should have a budgeting. You must go for an opportunity emergency fund. Investment portfolio should be looked after through your financial advisors. And Bitcoin, which sir has skipped it, I will also skip it. This is very volatile market, though Elon Musk has invested $5 billion in it and he is making money. One Bitcoin costs today 45 lakhs of rupees. And even if you own half a Bitcoin about 6 months back, you would have been a millionaire today. But this is not for us. There are so many things, but this is the trend all youngsters are doing. All American Indians who are gone there 10 years back, 5 years back are investors in the Bitcoin, and they are harvesting a rich profits from there. How long it lasts, I don't know. So in the end, if you see financial security, established budget, and all the things which I have told in is just, I'm just informing you there. But your risk appetite is what ultimately decide how you save, what amount you want to save, how long you want to save, what are the risks you will take, and what is your age at the time of investment. After doing all these points in your mind, think of the rights and your responsibilities as an investor in that particular investment, and save yourself from the great misery. Thank you very much for this attention. And if you have any more questions or anything for our both the talks, we will take it here. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Over to
Pawan sir, shall I take it from here?
Yes, Satish, go ahead.
The first things first. I think most people don't know that the two stalwarts who spoke today are the financial doctors for doctors in Andhra and Tamil Nadu and South India. So I really appreciate Dr. Kalandu and Dr. Ajay sir for taking your time and presenting real good slides. On my chat box, I have particularly mentioned again and again, Wise Investments is a very good startup kit for you. Do not at all think of any other book. Wise Investments is a good one. Begin with that. Then you can go step by step higher and higher. Coming to Ajay sir's talk, the really fantastic data you have put up. I'm quite sure many people would be wanting to have that presentation. If with your permission, we can share the PDFs.
Sir, you can share this PPT. These are public knowledge. I have not taken as a family secrets at all. These are just guidelines and these are the principles. That's all. We are going to deal with each asset class subsequently in the next 8 weeks.
Correct.
Please share it.
Done, sir. So one word before we go on to other talks. One of my favorite topics to tell about Bitcoin. Oka మాట చెప్పనా sir? 2 minutes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
So many people are these
go
days
ahead.
getting that Bitcoins are limited like land. So Bitcoins you have, the more expensive they will become. What decides the price of an asset is most important thing you should understand. For example, dollar. I will say that, sir, dollar Konyan, sir, future is going to become 1 lakh rupees. Will you buy it? Will you buy the idea? It's going to become 1 lakh rupees? Because dollar is just a currency, just like Bitcoin. What decides dollar price in the international market is how much value or value-based assets you can buy using a dollar. Let us say America is the only country producing Apple phones. And Apple company launches Apple coin and says to buy Apple phone, you have to have Apple coin only. I'm quite sure half the world will rush to buy Apple coin. So because using that coin, you are going to buy an asset which is valuable to you. Apple coin worth increases. Similarly, using dollar, you can buy so many goods in the US market. Besides dollars, they won't trade at all. So that's why dollar value goes up. These days, Bitcoins and other coins are also coming up, cryptocurrencies. Ethereum, other coins are coming up. My question is, before investing in that coin, make sure what asset is that Bitcoin or the other cryptocurrency is going to be used for. Remember, Bitcoin is only a currency. It can be a rupee, it can be a dollar, it can be any other currency. Suppose I say, sir, I have Satish coin. It's going to be sold at 1 crore rupees. Buy it today. Will you buy it? No, I don't have any asset to sell you. Similarly, Bitcoin, if people say it can going to go to $5 million per Bitcoin or possibly $5 billion per Bitcoin, will you buy the idea? Possibly not, because we are not sure what Bitcoin is going to buy us with. So my simple point at the end of the talk is there are list of currencies coming up in the market. Pi coin, crypto coin, Ethereum coin, so many coins are coming up. Always look for the asset that is going to be transacted using that coin, and that will solve the problem. Yeah. So I leave it here to Dr. Pavan. Ajay sir, your ideas on this, opinions on this. Kulunda sir, your ideas on this.
Yeah, Bitcoin, I think we have to have lot of knowledge and risk-taking appetite and a little bit of extra money with you. Our needs and wants are different in our country. So, because as I said, complex investment requires complex knowledge. So once you know, there was one news that if there are no forgot password facility in Bitcoin storage locker earlier, there are
Yes.
primary key, there is a secondary key. You buy the Bitcoin, put it in the electronic locker, and if you forget the password, you can lose crores of rupees. One Indian investor lost a huge amount of crores because he lost his password. That is his primary key. But the secondary key is there, probably his investment is known, and it's a blockchain. One block get closed, the next block get built up. So it has got a blockchain of infrastructure. So let us not talk Bitcoin right now. We have got a lot of other things to do, which we are not doing it.
Yes.
Sir has clearly said, how many of us are invested in shares? Youngsters, please raise your hands. I think I will hardly see anybody who's raising their hands in the gold. Yes, I see a lot of hands. Harish, Kalyan, Sri Salam, Harish Shiva. All of you are investing in shares. I'm very happy. Do that. First, become a owner of your own companies in your own country, and harvest the benefits of the profits of the industries of the business which our colleagues are creating. It is legal, it is not illegal. You're not cheating anybody, you're not going to casino and gambling or speculating. It is your legal investment. You are the part owner of the company which is making profit. You are taking the dividend, or their securities are increasing in the secondary market. Your valuation is increasing. This is one of the most underinvested market in India. Share market investment is not risky if you have a long-term vision.
Well said, sir. Well said. Sir, I'll take up few questions from the chat box and few
Yeah,
to my chat box personally.
yeah.
One
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
Dr. Kolundu, sir, I will address this question to you. Somebody is asking, when should I plan my retirement age? Planning the retirement age cutoff. So he wants to know, can I retire at 50 or 40 or 60 or 65? How do I decide?
What I would answer is 55 will be correct age. 55 years is a retirement age. After that, you can work for the pleasure of working, or for the pleasure of your profession, not for money. So what are all money that is needed should be earned before 55 years. After 55 years, we are going to enjoy our profession, enjoy our family life, and we are going to make our life very useful.
You are alive.
Correct, sir. Ajay, sir, your comments on this, that how to
Planning for start retirement
plan
should
your
start when you
retirement age, understand, calculate your retirement age.
There are two ways. See, I am passionate about my work, so I don't want to retire working in the pediatrics. I like to see children and patients as long as I'm in the last day of my life. But enjoyment from the benefits of earning wealth, retirement is something different. What most of the youngsters I'm learning from. My daughter says, I want to retire early and enjoy life and travel the world and see the world. That's a good goal they have got now, youngsters. So in the pure sense, government has got a retirement age which goes up and down, sometimes 58, sometimes 65, sometimes 60. So teaching and doctors don't have retirement, levels. It all depends upon our own persons. But yes, wealth creation is very important. Suppose you retire and if you don't have a corpus, what will you do? Many of us struggle till the end of our life to make our both ends meet. That is the situation and that is the reality. I don't know we have got this particular insight or not. Even at least in my this thing, we live hand to mouth. We are not so rich as other business avenues or business people or other professions. We have to work hard as pediatrician. We have to create our wealth slow and steadily, and retirement and enjoying our corpus is a very few people do it, and they are intelligent people.
Correct, sir. I hope.
Sir, one more thing, sir. One thing. I think you all know Dr. PRC, sir. P. Ramachandran, sir.
Sir,
No, sir.
He was in IJPP and all these things. He was there. He was a very popular pediatrician in Tamil Nadu. I asked him one day, what is the ideal age for our retirement? He told me we can never retire because the only profession we know is this one. We don't know any other profession, so we can never retire. So probably it's literally meaning that may be correct. But what I would like to say, financially, you have to retire at 55, not from profession. We can continue the profession, but it should not be driven by the need to earn money.
Very well said, sir. Very well said. So I will take the next question. Somebody is asking me on the personal chat that what should be an ideal amount that they should be spending or saving. I will ask this to Dr. Ajay first about saving and spending. Kulundu. So Ajay sir.
see, there is a spending rule we have already learned: 50, 30, 20. Sir has told, and I agree with that. 50% is your essentials. That means your daily needs. 30% is your wants. Wants means vacation, enjoyment, buying new clothes, maybe traveling, and 20% should be your saving. India ranks in a very high rank in the world in savings. Which country is the highest saving country in the world? Can any one of us guess?
Saving country.
Highest saving in the world percentage?
India, sir. India, nobody else. India.
Japan. People
Not
of
Japan.
Japan save a lot of money. You see, they live very frugal life. They don't have ambitions to have a villa, to vacation home, or they don't have ambitions to, like a Rolex gold watch. The moment you get some money or buy this, they are very high and big savers. And India is also in a high saving country of 15 to 20%, ideally 20%.
Thank you, sir. Kulundu sir.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
one small question, sir, from one of the clients, the participants. PPF and Sukanya Samriddhi schemes. Although government is cutting the rates, do you think we should invest in them, sir?
Yes, they are cutting the rate, but still it is yielding more than the fixed deposits of the bank. And moreover, they are all income tax free. The income is income tax free. So if you are in a 30% bracket, you can add another 3% to that. So the returns will be coming around 9 to 10%. So it is a good investment for a fixed income security. Never compare this income with that of a share. If you are going to invest in a fixed income security, this is the best investment.
Okay. Sir, Ajay, sir,
Yeah.
a simple question from one of our colleagues. What do you think should a person ideally put his money, the proportion that should be going into fixed income instruments like this golds and bonds, everything together?
See, what I have learned a new term called annuities. Annuities is nothing but they will give you fixed money every year, monthly, to meet our expenses when we are retiring or whatever we are leading today life. My expenses today is say 75,000 to 1 lakh. I should earn at least 1 lakh from this interest and the income generated from fixed investments. So what is the percentage? I already told you what is the future value based on the present value of your expenses at that formula. Put that formula and try to put that much amount in the fixed incomes.
Yeah.
Satish, one question is repeatedly coming to my chat box. Like how to convert this black into white? What are the ways of no the which is generated in the clinics and all? How to convert into white? What are the best ways?
Can I answer, sir?
Yes, sir.
Go on,
Yes.
sir, go on, sir. You are the
See, one person is having 1 lakh black.
Yeah.
Another person is having 1 lakh money that he pays income tax about 30,000 or something, and remaining 70,000 is investing in shares and mutual fund. So in 4 to 5 years, again this 70,000 will cross 1 lakh. But if you are going to keep this 1 lakh as a black money, you can't invest in anything. Today, investing a black money is very difficult unless you are going to give as a personal loan to somebody, some illegal channels. If you are going to give money, nothing is possible to invest. So you have to keep the money idle. So instead of that, if you pay the income tax and put it in a share or something, you are going to earn back the income tax within 3-4 years. After that, everything is profit for us. So
very well.
as on today, I don't have any black money at all. Zero black money. I'm very happy and financially happy and mentally happy.
So very well said, sir. In fact, a great learning for all the young generation. I will just add one small line, sir, although it's
Sure.
about these things here. But this is the basic rule of thumb for most of the people who put their black monies. So I don't recommend although, but I'll tell you how people do it. So if you have money in less than 5 lakhs, they buy golds. These days it has become difficult. Anything about 2 lakhs, again you have to pay some tax and GST and all these things. So you have to buy in multiples of 2 lakhs or less than 2 lakhs to park your black money.
That's important.
Money in 5 crores, they say lands. Buy some lands where you can bury so much of black money and show only very little as white money. When you have money in the magnitudes of couple of 100 crores, which is black, then
Become a politician.
Swami Nityananda comes. So basically what happens is these fake institutions, they have all these tax exempted rights behind which they do a lot of black activities. So my simple suggestion to people who are thinking about saving some black money, let us say that somebody is having some 2-3 crores of black money, or let us say somebody is earning 5-10 crores of money every year, or 50 lakhs to 5 crores of money every year. My question to them is, we are making a financial plan to take it to 100 crores. Today, out of 5 crores, you can keep 1 crore, 2 crores as liquid cash in your home because it's black, of 5 crores also. But what will you do when you have 100 crores of actual real wealth you have accumulated? You can't keep 50 crores cash in your home. So always learn financial investment ways which beat inflation, taxation, and grow your money white. ఇప్పుడు 1 crore లో బ్లాక్ సేవ్ చేయలేకపోతే బ్లాక్ ని వైట్ చేయలేకపోతే రేపు 100 crores లో యూ కాన్ కన్వర్ట్ దట్ మనీ ఇంటూ బ్లాక్ టు వైట్. ఇట్ విల్ బికమ్ క్రేజీ డిఫికల్ట్ ఫర్ యూ. సో లర్న్ ద వేస్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్స్. In our taxation sessions, in our investment sessions, we will repeatedly show you how you can not evade taxes, but how you can wisely mitigate taxes and you can go up.
Yeah, Satish, you're right. I think slowly India is going towards the white market, and slowly the parallel market, which has saved from the economic crisis earlier, is going to go over a period of a decade or 2 decades at the most, I think. So the 30-year-olds or 25-year-olds pediatricians who are watching this, try to, build up your wealth more systematically in better investments, avoiding the creating black wealth rather than a tax paid wealth.
So at this point, Pawan sir, with your permission, I'm just going to speak few things about what not to do while investing. Only 4 things constantly tell my colleagues not to do. First things first, never invest your money with an unregulated entity. Unregulated mean there is no regulator on top of you. Somebody has posted chitti business, 100% correct.
Correct.
There is nobody on top of you.
That's correct.
If you as a chit owner and I as a chit investor going to dispute, we have to go to civil courts. But any SEBI regulated entities, for example, I bought some company shares, SEBI regulated shares. The company went bankrupt. It's SEBI's responsibility to auction the company and give my fair value to my account. I need not move even single inch from my chair. So always look for investments where there's a regulator. Non-regulated instruments like chit funds are absolute no, 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 no. In fact, second thing, Chanakya says always be clear with obligations and investments. No investments based on obligations. Absolutely no. So one small example, one of my very close, I hope you will not tell this to my wife, but my in-laws side, somebody came for a chit investment. And now they are from my big boss side, so I have to invest in it. I told them very clearly, let us say I invest some 1 lakh and they make some 10,000. On the next function, you go and give that 10,000 as a gift to them. But do not enter into a unregulated investment business with any of the people whom you feel obliged to. So first thing is unregulated entries. Second is no obligations. Third thing is Warren Buffett always says this. If you can't save taxes, if you can't save on credit cards, all the investments is shit for you. Because taxes are 30% and credit cards charge you 36%. If you are not being wise to save them, what's the point of targeting 15-20% in investments? So always make sure your credit cards are absolutely non-charged. 40 days window untadi, అది యూటిలైజ్ చేయండి, ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఫ్రీ విండో. దాన్ని దాటి don't try to carry on anything on credit cards. In fact, I personally don't use credit cards. Second thing is the sorry, I lost track of my what I was speaking. Yeah, so taxes. మీరు ట్యాక్స్ 30% లూజ్ అవుతున్నారు అంటే, సరిగ్గా ట్యాక్స్ ప్లాన్ చేయలేదు అంటే 18%, 20% is all shit for you. So we'll come in the future discussion how to save taxes.
Yeah.
Last thing is
I think we are almost 5 o'clock now. If
Yes.
secretary tells us, we'll continue question and answers. Otherwise,
Sir, we'll discuss that in the chat boxes in
Yeah.
our group, sir. I think because 3 to 5 is the upper limit which we kept for this program.
I will just
So-
finish by saying 2 comments, sir, to our
Yes, sir.
participants. Thank you very much for participating in such huge numbers. We had actually registration which went beyond our 2 groups of 250 each group. Thanks to Dr. Pavan. And very good pre-course. We did a small,
Survey.
questionnaire experiment to know how people are investing. It has got nothing to do with your, survey utilization of your answers. We just wanted to see, will they improve like any of our NRP workshops, before workshop and after workshop? Did the knowledge has improved, the practical experiment, is it working or not? And each investment class, like I have dealt and decided and recommended our faculty to discuss only 4 class. One is the financial market regulated class, which is equity and fixed deposits. The other is gold related bullion and real estate. Probably the wealth protection comes under the regulated ones like insurances, and also the taxation part of it and the financial planning. These are the few areas in which finance is a very, very big subject, like our medicine. There is no end to learning. Hence, finances are also unregulated. The advisors who are not registered, please don't go from them. When I mean registered, they should be SEBI registered. There is only one regulated authority in India, which is called Security and Exchange Boards of India. It is a very strong and powerful body. Any investment advisor should be registered from this particular body with a certification. Then only you must take the advice. and there are various other things which the financial advisor should do, is first assess your own risk, your own and each asset value's risk. These two risks has to be assessed and then give you an advice. So financial literacy is very important in today's world to survive and float in this inflation and cost escalation. I hope we will slowly will start learning the finances, the knowledge, and this with this first few steps which we are taking. Hopefully over a period of time we will have a specialized session after this course on one particular aspect of the investment and detail discuss like we do it in our CMEs in the topics. Please join us in the next Friday. I will now hand over the mic to our secretary and the president of the PATS for his closing remarks, and any terms and any more announcements are there regarding this workshop. But I request you to give us more inputs for the 8th day, Friday, where we'll have 2.5 hours of solid discussion. And I'm hoping to learn a lot of things from you all. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. That's incredible session today. I think we had a very fantastic session, and our groups are dynamic. You can post the questions every Friday after the session into the group chats. We are opening the groups, but I request all not to answer because everybody will be having their own opinions about each aspect. So let us post questions only in the group so that the experts will be answering at their leisure time. So next entire week will be a question and answer session, and Dr. Kulundu sir has agreed that he will be giving us a maintenance dose daily through his writings, and also I request Ajay Kumar sir also to coordinate that. And you can post the questions specifically to our panel people. I know there are many people in this August audience who are really tech savvy, and they are good knowledge in finances and all. But let us not create a confusion. If you all of you try to give answers, this is best, that is best, then it will be a confusion for the person. So let us the experts answer. One separate session we'll have for all the people to discuss, and the 8th session as which sir was telling. So meanwhile, let us pose questions to the panelists. We have an entire panelists which are there, the faculty and all. So let them answer first. Let them take their perspective. Let the entire group will be a dynamic one. So with that, I'll just conclude this session because we have already exceeded much time. I request all of you to be active in the group. Every Friday we'll open the sir. Yes, sir.
Quiz questions for today.
Quiz question now it's done. We'll delay, sir. We will discuss them in the our groups today. Yeah, we will do that questions with prizes. We'll give that. Yeah.
Okay. So there are going to be some questions.
So with that,
and I request you to be attentive and answer them so that PATS has been kind enough to give some incentive, some prize to the correct questions coming in answers.
Yes, sir. Would you like to do this now, or shall we do it at in the boxes
before the next Friday? The subject
next Friday, yes.
Vanish, otherwise evaporative.
Yes, sir. Done, sir. Done. We'll do that, sir. We'll do that definitely. Yeah. So with that, thank you. I thank Dr. Tirumalai Kulundu sir. Is Dr. Surendranath sir is there around? Yeah, I think sir has left. He's in OP. So I thank personally Dr. Tirumalai Kulundu sir and Dr. Ajay Kumar sir, Dr. Satish and Dr. Arjun sir. I think for the fantastic session, I think that there is a very good audience participation, and we will all meet again through chat. We'll be in contact, and next Friday we'll announce what is the topic and all. So be in tune. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, kindly make me admin in the second group also so that I can post directly the writings, sir.
Yes, sir. We'll do that right now, sir. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.